Hey guys, welcome to a very special episode of All About the Music, ranking the studio albums. I kind of got a new setup here, so new shirt. I'm in a different location in my house, so I'm very excited about this one. Anyway, I'm going to shut up about all that crap, and we're going to talk about ranking the studio albums by Bad Religion. Now, they have a ridiculous number of albums. Just so many records, and it was really tough for me because I love Bad Religion. So I didn't research every single album. I did listen to all of the albums. I think I did it maybe last year. I listened to every Bad Religion album there was and really loved them all. But they can't all be number one, right? So I loved most of them, I'll put it that way, because there are some things at the bottom of my list that I'm not crazy about. So we're going to jump in. My least favorite album by Bad Religion is going to be 2007's New Maps of Heck. I didn't like this one at all. I'm not sure why, but it followed The Empire Strikes First, which is a really great one in my opinion. More on that one later. Let's see. They're coming in next, which I know this one's going to be kind of blasphemous to a lot of Bad Religion fans, but their debut album. I like it. I do like it. I like New Maps of Hell is the only Bad Religion album that I just dislike strongly. I'm just not as familiar with How Could Heck Be Any Worse than their other albums. I did listen to it and I enjoyed it. I just enjoyed a lot of their other albums better. Next up is coming in from 1989. Really don't like this album cover at all. It looks really dated. Coming at the end of 1989. But this one's got some good stuff on it. Really enjoyed this one, considering it's coming in third from the worst. The next one is a really interesting one, and I didn't know about this until I started playing it, and I was like, is this Bad Religion? Is this just fantasy? What in the world is this? So on their third album, released in the end of '83, Bad Religion decided to maybe take a different approach to music and maybe write some new wave synth pop and not make the punk rock that they had come to be known for. And it failed. It did get good reviews, but it didn't sell any copies. It's just a really strange record, and I kind of liked it. Like I said, I liked it better than their debut album. It was just kind of unique, and kind of wish that maybe, what if Bad Religion had decided to stick with that and kind of make that a successful formula for them, despite it not really working out that one time. Maybe they'll revisit it again at some point, right? You never know. This band can be kind of shocking at times. Moving on. And of course, we're working our way up to my favorite. The next one, The Gray Race, came out in 1996. Had some of their most popular singles like a walk and punk rock song at the time. They're interesting. They have a song called 10 in 2010. Yeah, I know some people that would have been 10 in 2010 now at work. So, moving on from The Gray Race is going to be, we had No Control, now we have No Substance. This kind of really ugly album cover, released in '98. Let's see, it was kind of a follow-up to Stranger Than Fiction, and I really Let's see, it has some features on here. This one was a lot of fun, and it was kind of, again, kind of a nice change. Moving on, though, to 1988's, not 98, but 88, Suffer. This one's a lot of fun. What do we got on Suffer? The title track's pretty great. Some sequel songs on there, which I always am a fan of. Then we're gonna go, let's say we're getting into the Against the Grain, 1990. Another just really, I am not loving their album art. I'm not a fan of that style. Let's see, the album cover depicts rows of corn that, with the exception of one, bear right-facing, missile-tipped stalks. The lone ear of corn, face left. So I actually kind of, yeah, that makes me like it a little more. That it's, you know, at first when I looked at it, I was like, it's an ear of corn. It had this single 21st Century Digital Boy, which is pretty cool. Man, they just have so many great records. Like from this point on, it's like everything it's just so good, so good. I really love listening to Bad Religion. One of my favorite punk bands for sure. Then we're coming into, what do we got next, people? What are you guys' choices for ranking the Bad Religion albums? My next one is from 2000, The New America. There's an alternate cover, and on New America you get the title track. A Street Kid Named Desire is good. I Love My Computer is pretty awesome as well. Then you get, let's see, I think this is a more modern one that we're going to do next. In 2010's The Descent of Man. I didn't like this one when it came out. This is one that I got when it first was released. The Devil in Stitches is okay, but it took me a little bit. But I started downloading. I didn't start downloading. I started listening to some of the other songs, and I found a real gem on this record. When I was sick, I was diagnosed with cancer in 2014, and the song Wrong Way Kids really went a long way to helping me through my sickness and helping me through chemo. And man, listen to the Wrong Way Kids by Bad Religion. One of my favorite songs, definitely one of my favorite songs ever. And it's, yeah, off The Descent of Man. Otherwise, that record's pretty good, pretty standard fare for Bad Religion. Coming in next, I think we got, this one's from 92 on Epitaph Records. Man, I am not digging these album covers at all, but Generator, the music is definitely better than the covers. I think they've done better in recent years with album covers. Generator is great, the title track. Heaven is Falling, Atomic Garden was another huge song for them. Not on the radio, but I think just as far as videos, that one did really well. So that was 1992's Generator. Now we're getting into, we've still got a lot of albums to go. I'm trying to go as quickly as possible to entertain you as much as possible. Coming in next is going to be The Process of Belief from 2002. Absolutely a real fun pop punk rock record. Had some really great singles from the band. Supersonic, Can't Stop It, Broken, Destined for Nothing, Materialist, Kaito Now, and Sorrow. Sorrow is one of my favorite songs of all time. I love sitting around playing it on the acoustic guitar. I'm even messing around with recording. Maybe on my channel I might do a an acoustic or maybe an electric version of Sorrow. So if you want to hear me singing and playing guitar, like and subscribe. I'm doing a ton of these ranking the album videos right now. I'm going to start doing album reviews, but we got more Bad Religion to talk about, so I'm going to shut the heck up about my channel for a minute. But please do like and subscribe. Process of Belief was one of the earlier albums that I got by Bad Religion, so that was sort of my introduction to them in 2002's album. Now we're going to jump into 1994. There were some huge rock and roll records coming out then, and this is one of them. Stranger Than Fiction, released September 6th. Had a 21st Century Digital Boy. I believe this is the second time it appeared on a Bad Religion album. Infected, Stranger Than Fiction, and Incomplete. Television has a feature from Tim Armstrong from Rancid. So if you're a Rancid fan, maybe a Bad Religion fan too, check that out. It's got both of them on there. Oh, and Jim Lindberg from Pennywise, who is another great punk band. I'm probably going to do Rancid and Pennywise ranking the studio albums pretty soon. So like and subscribe to know when I drop those. I absolutely, yeah, Rancid is absolutely amazing. Pennywise really blew me away when I listened to their entire discography as well. So we're moving on to, this is one, I think you guys will agree that this one's one of their better records. It's my top 4 pick. And this is a Recipe for Hate. Hey, buddy. He's watching me make this video. Coming in at 37 minutes long. This has one of, again, one of the most beautiful songs ever written. Check out the music video to American Jesus. For some reason, this song just gets me all teary-eyed and weepy, and I just sob uncontrollably as I'm jumping around on my couch in my underwear to this song. It's just the music, the lyrics, the video. American Jesus is just a real highlight in the Bad Religion catalog. Definitely one of the earlier songs that kind of got me interested in them, and it's just been a staple for me for years and years and years. Coming in next, and this is good to be so high on my list, is a newer album, 2013's True North. I feel like it's a better album cover, and it's a better album for sure. I actually, True North, the title track is great. Past is Dead. Robin Hood in reverse is a real treat to listen to. Track 5 is a Big F.U., which is fun to listen to. Dharma and the Bomb. Hello Cruel World. Vanity. In Their Hearts is Right. Department of False Hope. My Head is Full of Ghost. Yeah, True North was just kind of it was their return to form record. Even though their other albums were really solid before this. 2013. Definitely a step up from The Descent of Man from 2010, in my opinion. Both of those were pretty fun to listen to, but that one was a lot better. Coming in next. Whew! That's a lot of albums, guys. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 albums. Whew! This might be the most albums I've ever ranked, and man, it was hard. So 15 albums, we got 2 more. They do have a Christmas album that's the most tolerable Christmas music I've ever heard, along with Weezer's Christmas album. So that was pretty cool of Bad Religion to do that. I've got a lot of live performances by Bad Religion, which is pretty great. But right now we're going to jump into the top 2 best Bad Religion albums. And they're both kind of modern. Well, one of them, yeah, this next one coming up came out, actually this is their most recent album, Age of Unreason. This one really caught me off guard in how good it was. I've always loved most of what Bad Religion does. But in 2019, I wasn't expecting a great punk record like this. And this thing is just darn near perfect. It's got 15 tracks total, and they're all pretty good. Chaos from Within, My Sanity is another, it's in my top 5 Bad Religion songs for sure. The Paranoid Style is another one that's just near pop punk perfection. Lose Your Head is great. It's a little bit of a stylistic change for the band, and I like it. The title track, Age of Unreason. In this unrepentant age of unreason, the darkness has begun. We declare the pen more mighty than the gun. Or we declare the gun more mighty. I don't know. The lyrics are great. All those big words that Bad Religion just loves to just delve into, these political and sociological echelons of disparity and Munchausen's and all kinds of big words that had me as a teenager and an adult Googling what these words mean. Bonus tracks were released earlier, and they were pretty good, but the album itself was better. The only weak link on Age of Unreason is Big Black Dog. And maybe like that one just doesn't work for me. I don't know, the melody of that one just doesn't work. But yeah, this album's near perfect. I would say this would be a really great one if somebody's listening to punk rock in 2019 and they want to sort of discover an older band. I would say Age of Unreason. Hopefully pick them up some new fans. I mean, this band has been around, since the 80s. So, to be around, darn near 40 years, it's crazy. And I don't know, I feel like I'm in the minority here, and that's fine, especially in punk rock. That's even good, right? Like, I want to be the minority. That's not Bad Religion. In fact, I don't know. I need to look up and see how Bad Religion feel about Green Day. But we're going to put the phone away and put the notes away, because me and this album know each other personally, and we have a very deep relationship. It's not only my favorite Bad Religion record, it's one of my favorite records of all time. Oh my gosh, the artwork is great, unlike some of those really hideous album covers. Every song is perfect. The songwriting's perfect. The melodies are perfect. The oohs and ahs are all there. The weird political things and the big words, Greg Graffin's big words are all there. You've got, there's a lot of protest and a lot of punk rock, a lot of great punk rock coming out this year. This came out the same year as American Idiot. This is 2004's. There's the back of it. Oop, what's the title of the album? What is the title of the album? What? Oh, it's on the back. This is Bad Religion's. Yep, I gotta read it, even though it's my favorite album. The Empire Strikes First. It matches my curtains, you see? And I absolutely, is just perfection in my opinion. You got Overture, which in order to do musical instrumentals, you have to make something interesting to listen to. And Overture is really, it's the best punk rock album intro I've ever heard. Just really blends in nice. It's basically the beginning of Sinister Rouge. Sinister Rouge, Sinister Rouge, coming back for more to even the score. Sinister Rouge, Sinister Rouge, the night begins with Sinister Rouge. So you just get that 1-2 punch of an intro that's banging. building up to something epic, and then you get the really just fire-burning Sinister Rouge. Then you get one of the tracks that I had heard on some compilations, Social Suicide. It's time to turn the tide, but it's social suicide. I can't sing like this. Atheist Peace is great. And let me get into like the religious, like the name of the band, the imagery of the band. So I feel, and this record is the one that really got me thinking, like really made me think deep theological and just sociological thoughts. As far as I feel like Greg here, I feel like there's like multiple layers of sarcasm, and I've tried to pinpoint this and I've tried to figure it out, and it's part of what makes this band great. Is I feel like he's being, and I hope this makes sense, I feel like he's being quadruple sarcastic. Like particularly the songs making fun of religion, I feel like he's, because some of his songs almost sound like religious songs, but it's like he's poking fun at that, but he's poking fun at poking fun at that, but he's poking fun at poking fun at poking fun of that. Do you guys know what I mean? Like I feel like, I don't know, it's just like I feel like his lyrics are so incredibly deep that maybe they might be like 10 or 11 times sarcastic, so it's sort of unclear what exactly he's trying to get at. Even though the lyrics are extremely detailed and in-depth, you're just kind of left wondering what his exact opinion is, even though he stated it emphatically. You wonder if he's making a point, a sarcastic point, or there's no point at all, because this is punk rock and nothing matters. And yeah, Atheist Peace really got me up on All There Is. Can that be all there is? Los Angeles is Burning was a good single from this, with a nice little animated video if you want to go watch that. Let Them Eat War is an interesting song in Bad Religion's discography, because it's the first, I believe it's the first and only song to feature a rapper. And we'll get into that as we delve into this beautiful album. Number 8 is one of my favorites of all time, and God's Love. God's Love, it's a really short, fast punk song, and it's got one of my favorite vocal performances ever in it. He gets so angry in this song. And again, it's sort of, going back to that deep theological theme of Bad Religion. I feel like even as a Christian, someone could relate to this song, like people attributing bad things to God's love. And, I would say, Christians could definitely identify with that and agree with that message, in that people, people attribute bad things to God's love. And it's really sad, and it's really kind of funny. And I feel like no matter which side of the fence you're on, I feel like you can relate to Greg's lyrics here. And what I'm frightened of is that they call it God's love. And the scream, the angriest scream I've ever heard from Bad Religion, the end of the song. They call it God's love. My pain is God's love. Yeah, that's what really, really made this album for me, is when he screamed, my pain is God's love. I mean, that's just deep. That is just, I'm going to start crying. My pain is God's love. Oh, man. Oh, man. To Another Abyss is keeps up the insane quality of this album. To another abyss, to no avail. The signs are bound to fail. To another abyss. Yeah, absolutely. Check out God's Love first, and then God's Love, and then To Another Abyss. This album just gets better and better as it goes along. The Quickening is a great rock tune. The title track, The Empire Strikes First, kind of a stylistic change for the band again, and it really works here. Beyond Electric Dreams, again, just really everything on here is perfect. Every note. 13 is another absolute favorite of mine. Boots stamping on the human face forever. You can't win. Think it over, my friend, and we're in this together. I hope that it lasts forever. And then the ending song is Live Again, The Fall of Man. And it's another sort of seemingly direct criticism of religion, but it kind of like the question is, would you give it all up to live again? Live again, live again. Would you give it all up to live again? Live again, live again. Would you give it all up to live again? Let's just take a look. There's what does that say? It's time to turn the tide from Social Suicide. Check out one of my favorite CDs designs ever. Nice and scratched up as always, like any loved CD should be. The Empire Strikes First. Got a huge album title on the back, and of course, you know, absolutely love this. I'm interested on who that would be standing in front of that flag. Oh, there's some designs in there. There's some numbers. If you look closely, I feel like there's some secret stuff in that album. But check it out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, they need to find a way to get this smell when you stream music. You think anybody like Smello streaming? That would be kind of cool, right? Sinister Rouge. Innocents burned alive at the stake, tortured and dumped in nameless graves. Centuries wane, authority died, scattering seeds of ancient lies. Sinister Rouge. So that one doesn't have any huge vocabulary words, but yeah, we'll try to find those big words. There's perseverance. That's not such a big word. Social suicide, unwashed masses. I don't even know if I can ever find truth, but I'm sure it won't come from following you. Yeah, social suicide is deep. Here's the lyrics to the first 4 songs with this weird pope. Not long ago. Maybe it's too late for intellectual debate, but okay, here's some big words. You guys ready for some big words from Greg? But a residue of confusion remains. Nope, that's not a big word. Okay, changing with the times and developmentally tortured minds are the average citizen's sources of pain. Where's some big words? We gotta find some big words. Oh, there it is. Let's see what we got. And everything is dearly missed. Blood relations and bricks. My expression, my confession, it added up. Express a lesson more than this. Once again, like a bullet, like a friend. Tell me, can that be all there is? The limelights, the fans of Santa Ana are withering. I'm trying to find these big words, but then you got Let Them Eat War has the rapping on it. Kill them and eat them before they reach for their checks. Squeeze some blue collars, make them bleed from their necks. Seize a few dollars from the people who sweat because it's freedom or debt, and they won't question it. They won't question it. At the job site, the boss is godlike. Conditioned workhorses park at a stoplight. Seasoned vets with their feet in nets. A stone's throw away from a rock fight, but not tonight. Feed them death. Oh man. Feed them death. Here comes another ration. Feed them death, because they're the finest in the nation. Feed them death. Where there's nothing left to feed them with. Feed them death, because it's freedom or it's death. Let them eat war. Let them eat war. That's how to ration the poor. Let them eat war. There's an urgent need to feed. Here's God's love. This is one I talked a lot about earlier. Striking at mental apparitions like a drunk on a vacant street. Sullenly beset by the hands of time, indelicate bit its fury. An aberrant crack as skeletons jailed to unrelenting gravity. With viruses proud for helpless victims who succumb rapidly. So tell me where is the love in a careless creation when there's no above, there's no justice, just a cause and a cure. And a bounty of suffering, it seems we all endure. And what I'm frightened of is that they call it God's love. Twisted torment, make believe there's a truth and we all submit. Believe my eyes, my brain complies to all that they interpret. So tell me where's the love in a careless creation when there's no above, there's no justice. Just a cause and a cure and a bounty of suffering. It seems we've all endured. And what I'm frightened of is that they call it God's love. Now I know there's no reason for alarm, but who needs perspective when it comes to pain and harm? We can change our minds. There's a better prize. But first you got to tell me where's the love when it comes to creation, when there's no above, there's no justice. Just a cause and a cure and a bounty of suffering. It seems we've all endured. And what I'm frightened of is that they call it God's love. My pain is God's love. To Another Abyss has some really great lyrics. He went to a show of local color and I felt astray because I had nothing to offer but insufficiency. And you know that it's a bleep when you learn to scratch that itch of blatant fallibility, sooner to some, but eventually all gets pointed in the same direction, while the human masses in their vague conceptions obliterate each other with impunity. And you wonder what's in this for me. Finite means and a pension to depreciate. And how can I still avow and depend upon a state that cares nothing for my happiness, welfare, or fate? And I know I can't explain the commotion in my brain like a terrifying reality, deconstructed but inadequately. And all gets pointed in the same direction, while the human masses in the vague conceptions obliterate each other with impunity. And relieves the weight of history. 2 Minutes Hate. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a kind of a callback to, is that a callback? 2 Minutes Hate. Think someone deserves a few minutes. 2 Minutes Hate. Quickening. Pill Bottle. The Quickening. Some of the lyrics are highlighted. Oh. Check it out. The Quickening has a quote from Thomas Wolfe from Look Homeward Angel. Oh, lost and by the wind grieved ghost, come back to me again. The title track is got a cool E-M-P-I-R-E. Beyond Electric Dreams is cool, and boot stamping on the human face forever. Drop dead, it doesn't matter, she said. Sometimes it's never a crime. So there's also a little asterisk on boot stamping on the human face forever. If want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. George Orwell. If I had a boot, I have a mouse, and I can't do this forever, but I'll help you imagine. Imagine that's a boot. Imagine the top of my head is a face, and imagine this video is not 40 minutes long, but an eternity. So yeah, some cool quotes from George Orwell. And who else? What was that other person? George Orwell and Thomas Wolfe. Some pretty cool inspirations for the lyrics. You got a cool band shot here. I'm sure the record label wanted that as the cover instead of this, you know, un-American nonsense. But we're punk rock, right? Then you got the credits. Oh man. Oh, what a smell. Greg Graffin, Brett, Jay, Brian, Greg, and Brooks. That's a lot of B's. You got everybody doing backing vocals except for two of them. And you got Brett and Greg producing, recorded and mixed by Joe. All songs written by Greg and Brett, except it's some co-writers on a few of them. Recorded in Van Nuys. Let's see if they want to thank God. They do not thank God. They thank me. And last but not least, the person who bought this disc. I bought this disc. Where is it at? This disc. So yeah, Bad Religion personally thanked me for purchasing this amazing disc. Yeah, one of my favorite punk rock records of all time. I'm not surprised this video has went on this long. I mean, heck, we went through, what, 16, 17 studio albums. But this is absolutely the best. This one is my favorite of all time, like we've been talking about. Age of Unreason was mind-blowingly good for such a late era release. So, yeah, my top three. This is number one. Age of Unreason comes in next, and True North. So yeah, really digging their late era albums. If you guys are Bad Religion fans, let me know in the comments and likes and dislikes. Let me know what you think about this one. I feel like I'm the only one who this is my favorite album, so it's kind of cool. Maybe other people like this one as well, but I feel like I'm kind of alone in that. I feel like everybody else is liking the classic albums better. But come on, man. 2004. What a time to be a punk rocker. Please like and subscribe. My channel is getting some major updates pretty soon. This is going to be one of my last not so great looking videos. I am trying some different things. New camera coming tomorrow. So be prepared. Like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe.